Welcome back to the Wheel of WWE, where a random wheel determines everything on our universe mode. This is the second episode of SmackDown. If you missed last week, here's what happened. A new tag team of Sami Zayn and Axiom formed. They were unsuccessful in capturing the WWE Tag Team Championships, which were won by the War Raiders. Nathan Frazier lost to Miles Bourne, and Kit Wilson turned on Elton Prince. As always, we're going to have 3 storyline spins to determine what's going to happen on tonight's episode. And if you're liking this series, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe for more Wheel of WWE. And for our first storyline wheel spin, we have to go to the SmackDown roster, spin the wheel, and see who's going to be affected, and it's going to be Ricky Saints. And now we go to the Chaos Wheel to spin it and see what's happening to Ricky Saints tonight on SmackDown, and it looks like he's going to have create a faction. This is a really interesting wheel spin, so he's going to be the leader of the new faction. I'm going to add 2 members to it. We're going to do that by spinning the SmackDown roster again. The first member getting added to Ricky Saints' new faction is none other than Ilya Dragunov. That's a really interesting match. So Ricky Saints, Ilya Dragunov, and we need one more member of the new faction. In the wheel society, it's going to be Randy Orton. Whoa. And here we have it, Legacy 2.0, a new faction, Randy Orton, Ricky Saints, and Ilya Dragunov, and they're going to be in action tonight. And for our second storyline spin, we're going to spin the SmackDown roster once more to see who's going to be impacted tonight, and it looks like it's going to land on Solo Sikoa. He had a big match last week where he defeated Elton Prince thanks to Kit Wilson turning heel, so it's cool to see Solo Sikoa get involved once more. Now, Solo is already in the US title match at the Saturday Night's Main Event pay-per-view coming up in a week, but it is going to be determined on what the Chaos Wheel says here. It could take him out of the title match, it could add him to the championship match later in the night, and it's going to be traded from Raw to SmackDown. That's exactly what I was talking about. He will no longer be in that US title match because he's going to be on Monday Night Raw. Now, it's only fair that whoever takes the wheel spin here going to SmackDown also takes Solo's spot on the US title match at tonight's main event. So the Raw roster, whoever's coming here to SmackDown, is going to be El Grande Americano is coming to SmackDown, and he is in that US title match in 1 week's time. We're on to our third and final storyline spin of the episode. We've had some incredible spins already, and our last one is going to land on Rey Fenix. Rey Fenix is awesome, and I'm glad to see him in action tonight, but let's see what he's going to be doing. Spin the Chaos Wheel, and it's going to be the nuclear option again. We have this twice on Raw. This is the first time happening on SmackDown. There are some insane options on here, like vacating all titles, having a draft, a world title champion. There's a lot of things that can happen here. So we're going to spin the nuclear wheel and see what's going to happen for SmackDown. This could be entirely changing. It's going to be a random world title match. So Rey Fenix is going to get a random title match tonight. Now, the title is vacated. However, Rey Fenix was the storyline spin, so he's going to be in a match tonight for that vacant WWE Championship. And the only fair way to determine that is go back to the random wheel, back to the SmackDown roster. Who's going to challenge Rey Fenix for the WWE Championship tonight on SmackDown? And it's going to be Angel. And here's the full episode of SmackDown. We have some huge title implications across the entire show. So start off, we have Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano DIY taking on the Street Profits in a tag team match. We have Kit Wilson going one-on-one with Elton Prince after his attack last week. We have Ricky Saints and Legacy 2.0 taking on Apollo Crews. The winner goes on to take on El Grande Americano at Saturday's main event for the US Championship. Speaking of which, we have El Grande Americano making his debut, taking on Matt Cardona, and if Matt Cardona can win, he'll also get added to that US title match, making it a triple threat, but if El Grande wins, it stays a one-on-one match. And in the main event, we have Rey Fenix taking on Angel for the vacant, undisputed WWE Championship. You have to think whichever team wins this match is going to be the number one contenders for the WWE Tag Team Championship, with the War Raiders currently holding, and it's going to be DIY defeating the Street Profits. The match between Kit Wilson and Elton Prince is going down as Kit Wilson does end up beating him. It could put it into the storyline. It could have some implications for the future, and maybe Kit Wilson gets a US title match after Saturday's main event. We're going to watch this match here as Ricky Saints and Legacy 2.0 make their debut on SmackDown against Apollo Crews. Again, whoever wins this match is going to be added to the US title match in 1 week's time at Saturday's main event, taking on El Grande Americano and maybe also Matt Cardona. This would be huge to start off the faction, having Ricky Saints become the US champion. And who knows about Randy Orton and Ilya Dragunov? That could be a good tag team right there. They'd be going after the War Raiders for the tag team champions, or maybe one of them goes after the world title, or maybe Ricky Saints loses this match and they have to form a whole new plan, as Apollo Crews did have some momentum at the beginning, but now Ricky Saints is coming back over, showing why he's now the face of the Revolution, the face of Legacy 2.0, and hopefully he can defeat him and add some gold around his waist. It's not going to be simple though. Getting past Apollo Crews is one thing, but then beating El Grande Americano or also Matt Cardona could be huge, could be a huge step forward. It could be something that's going to launch Ricky Saints into the stratosphere of stardom, or it's going to push him back to the bottom line. And maybe the Legacy 2.0 doesn't last forever. Maybe they realize that Ricky Saints couldn't get the job done against Apollo Crews, and they turn on him and just making themselves a tag team, or maybe even replacing him with someone else. As Apollo does hit a huge slam onto the ropes there, really taking out Ricky Saints. These guys have known each other from NXT, know each other from main event, and even a little bit on SmackDown, but Ricky Saints does kick out, and I do think Ricky, he gets a roll up right here, speaking of which, going for the pin, only a 1 count. It will take more than that to beat Apollo Crews. He's a veteran here, he's been here on the main roster for years and years. Ricky Saints is new, only having a handful of matches, so it's going to take a little bit to get used to the main roster appeal, getting used to just honestly the pressure of being in front of a live crowd of this size, everyone watching at home, and it does help having the veteran leadership of Randy Orton. And Ilya Dragunov has been here. He's held a US title already in his career, so he's going to give Ricky some advice to hopefully get him to that title match at Tonight's main event, which again can be in 1 week's time. But Apollo Crews is also a former US champion, and I'm sure he would love nothing more to have gold around his waist once more. And he's looking really good right here, just slamming Ricky Saints, but Ricky Saints is going to no-sell it, hitting a big chop before Apollo again calms down, takes momentum again, going to hit a big slam once more. He's really showing the power that Apollo Crews possesses. I mean, he really could be a big player in this universe mode. The wheel decided that Ricky Saints got a title shot, but Apollo Crews is who I picked. I believe in Apollo Crews. I think he can make a splash right here, no pun intended, as he goes to the top rope and hits a 5-star frog splash. But he could be the guy to defeat Legacy 2.0, go on, beat El Grande, and Apollo Crews could be our US champion. These men are just going at it, trading shot for shot, neither one of them willing to give up the advantage, but it looks like Apollo Crews does kind of get the better of it there before hitting a big moonsault off of the corner. Again, Apollo Crews is just really impressing me. Even if he loses this match, I think he's going to have a good place here on our universe mode, but it all depends on the wheel. Let's see what Apollo Crews is going to do here. Picks him up. Ricky Saints counters it into a bulldog, hitting the head of Apollo Crews, making him go to the outside. That was a huge counter there. I think if Apollo Crews hits that, that might have been the end for Ricky Saints and the Revolution. But he did reverse it, and now hitting a back body drop on the apron or on the outside. It does definitely hurt the back, but Apollo Crews sells it like it's nothing, gets back up, hits a neck breaker, and takes control of the match again. It really has been almost entirely Apollo Crews as I say that. Ricky Saints reverses it, hits a big move on the outside. Now, this match could end in countout. This does not need to be, taking a second there. Ricky Saints is busted open after a big boot, but hits a spear. He literally is seeing red, and that gives him a little power boost, hit a big spear on Apollo Crews. Like I was saying, if this match ends in a countout or DQ, whoever would win the match would get added to the title match. This is not a championship rules, as Ricky Saints hits his finish on the outside. If Ricky Saints goes in like he is right now, and he wins the match by countout, he is still going to get added to that US title match next week on Saturday night's main event. But does the leader of Legacy 2.0 want to win that way? And he does. He will win by any means necessary. You gotta think that's probably some advice from Randy Orton and Ilya Dragunov, as you see right here. They're showing him that this is what it takes to win. You want to be a champion, you can't make friends, can't worry about how you want to win your matches. You just simply have to get the job done, and Ricky Saints does do that. So Ricky Saints versus El Grande Americano is going to take place next week on Saturday night's main event. And here we go, speaking of that US title match, El Grande Americano taking on Matt Cardona. If Matt Cardona wins, he's added, making it a triple threat with Ricky Saints as well. But if El Grande wins, it's going to simply be a one-on-one match. These two men sizing each other up. This is going to be a great match. Again, Matt Cardona, a former US champion. El Grande Americano has not held a singles belt, but it's long overdue. He's a great wrestler. The fans seem to really connect with him. So I think a US title, he's El Grande Americano for a reason. The US title will be perfect fit for him, and I don't know if there'll be anyone else with a better look with that title around their waist. But it all depends on this match. You have to win 2 more matches if you're Matt Cardona. Win this match here, win the triple threat. El Grande, you could win or lose this one, you only have to win the next match. This match does factor in, because if he wins the match taking on Ricky Saints, it's a 50-50 chance to do Steiner math here. If he loses this match, goes on to the pay-per-view, it's a triple threat match, he only has a 33% chance of winning that match. So it is important that he wins this one to build momentum and increase his odds of becoming the new US champion, but if he does lose this one, he is not out of it. He still has a shot at the pay-per-view. Ricky Saints has already won, so he's going to be watching this match very closely to see, 1, a good look at his opponent El Grande Americano, but 2, seeing that if Matt Cardona does win, looking about what sort of strategies he needs to have to take care of business at Saturday's main event and bring the US title to Legacy 2.0. Matt Cardona was one of my favorite superstars growing up, and if it's up to me, I would have had him in the vacant WWE Championship match with Rey Fenix. That's going to happen next, but that's not what the wheel decided. The wheel decided that it was going to be Rey and Angel, so I thought, what better way to feature Matt Cardona to give him a shot against a debuting superstar, because El Grande was traded earlier this episode, and also give him a chance to go for the US Championship, the one singles title that he tried to make relevant back in 2011, 15 years ago. I think that'd be a really cool story, seeing Matt Cardona come back, take on El Grande, beat him here possibly, then go on to Saturday's main event to win the title that he lost 15 years ago. I think there's such a cool story there. But again, if it's up to me entirely, I think Matt's got a big future here. I say for a lot of people, I think Matt really could be a future WWE champion, or if he goes to SmackDown or goes to Raw on some sort of trade, some sort of wheel spin, maybe even a World Heavyweight Champion over there. But I love Matt Cardona. I think he's a really good, face of the brand, face of SmackDown, face of Raw, wherever he's going to be. So I really want to feature him prominently. So I want to give him a shot here, but it's not fair just to give him just a vacant title shot. I can't just give him the US title. He has to earn it. That's what SmackDown's all about, as they call it, the land of opportunity. He has the opportunity here to beat El Grande, ruin his debut from Raw, and then get added to that triple threat match. But El Grande hits a big elbow. You saw Matt kind of roll out of the way there, avoiding it on the stomach, but he did that. He did get hit on the back, and El Grande's going to capitalize, hitting a springboard splash to his back before hitting a knee. Huge roll up here. This could be it. Only a 1 count, but Matt Cardona does going to reverse it. 1, 2. Oh, I thought that was going to be it. I thought we were going to be a triple threat match, but El Grande does kick out at 2.5 before Matt is going to the top rope. But El Grande safely and smartly does roll out, but is not fast enough, as Matt Cardona hits a huge missile dropkick to the outside. Again, you have to think, maybe under that mask he's bleeding, but we simply just don't know. Matt Cardona looking for almost like a pedigree, countered into a Hurricane Rana by El Grande. Going off for a pin, I don't think it's going to be enough, but just so I said it, feet on the ropes, 1, 2, only a 2 count. I think it's simply going to be who can hit their finish first. As I say it, the Rough Rider from Matt Cardona, former Zack Ryder. 1, 2, 3, that's it. Matt Cardona spoils the debut from our traded superstar and gets added to the triple threat. So you heard it here first. On Saturday's main event, 1 week, it's going to be Matt Cardona, El Grande Americano, and it's going to be Ricky Saints for the US Championship. What a match that was, and what a match it's going to be. And here he is, the man who the wheel chose to have this title match, Rey Fenix. I think he is going to do incredible things here. If it's up to me, he'd be in a tag team with his brother. But the wheel decided that he is going to have a vacant WWE Championship match here on SmackDown. And here's his opponent, Angel. Now, again, this is huge. Formerly a tag team wrestler, mainly a tag team wrestler, going into a singles role. You have to think, how is that going to impact Angel, and also his role in the Legado de Fantasma? And there it is, the most coveted prize in this brand, the WWE Championship. Starting this match off, I think almost everyone is counting out Angel. I think it's almost a foregone conclusion that Rey Fenix is going to walk out of here as the new WWE Champion. And how could you not, with a huge move like that to start the match off? But I wouldn't count him out. Angel's been here longer. He's been more adapted to the WWE style. He has had more matches on the main roster. That has to count for something. The experience will count for something. Look at that. A huge dive from the outside as Rey Fenix missed his. Angel does not. Angel's going to hit his before Rey Fenix counters it. I think it's going to be a good match. A good Lucha Libre style. I think it's going to be a really good match. I think it's more even than most people are giving it credit for. Like I said, Angel has the experience. Rey Fenix has the speed, the athleticism, but Angel is also super athletic. But Angel's also super athletic himself, dodging out of the way there and hitting a big roll. This could be it. We have a new champion right here. 1, only a 1 count. So while I do personally think Rey Fenix probably has the advantage because of how much of a good wrestler he is, he's a little bit younger, and he's just overall the better wrestler, I would say, I'm not counting out Angel yet. I think, honestly, a SmackDown in which Angel is the current champion has a really interesting place on our Universe mode. And a big moonsault from Angel, taking it to Rey Fenix. The more that you can inflict on his legs and his midsection, the more you're going to ground Rey Fenix and keep him from doing all of his cool flips he likes to do, take out his big maneuvers. So take out the legs, take out the midsection. As Rey Fenix, big drop kick there, super cool. I think Rey Fenix, again, As I said for Angel, that'd be a really interesting place for him to be the face of SmackDown. If Rey Fenix was the face of SmackDown, the current WWE champion, I think you're going to draw on a huge audience and have a lot of cool matches. I think Angel would probably take the title, defend it at a couple pay-per-views, but Rey Fenix would probably be a fighting champion, maybe doing open challenges. We'll have to see on who's going to win, but it looks like it's kind of 50-50. This match is going back and forth, both men getting a couple moves in, but they are getting some counters. It looks like Rey Fenix hitting a comeback right here, hitting 2 drop kicks, catching the leg, sweeping it from behind, and look like he's getting fired up. The crowd, they are behind Rey Fenix, that is for sure. 1, 2, only a 2 count. I didn't think that'd be enough to put on Angel, as he already going to keep up right there. But again, the fans love Rey Fenix, and so do I. That's like his 8th Hurricane Run. I mean, he does things in this ring that no one else can do. Only people can dream about things he's going to do. It looks like a comic book come to life. I think they'd say about Ricochet too, but Rey Fenix is awesome. Angel with a big knee. All it takes, one move. Rey Fenix, he's still an inexperienced in the WWE system. Angel knows it better than anyone. He's been here for almost a decade. He is going to just show that experience in wrestling matters, but experience on the main roster in WWE matters so much more. Rey Fenix, huge. I mean, like I said, he does things no one else can do. Going into the ropes, we got hitting a big kick there. It's not going to put Angel away, but it does go a long way in building momentum for Rey. Because again, it's been back and forth. 50-50. No one's really got a clear advantage in the match. No one's really taking big. Oh, hold on. Another huge missile dropkick from Rey Fenix there. He does things that just blow my mind. I think he is the perfect candidate for our first ever WWE champion, as a cross-body to the outside takes out both men. When I set up this universe mode, I had Rey Fenix competing in the US title division, but again, that's not what the wheel had in mind. The wheel had bigger plans than I did for Rey Fenix. We're going to see, maybe that's gonna be true. Maybe they had bigger plans for Angel than I thought too, as a huge pile driver. Look at that little tiger driver to the outside. I think he gets him in there, rolls him in there. That could be a 3 count already. That's exactly what he's gonna do. Try to get Rey Fenix back into the ring, back to a springboard, into a poison rana. Oh my goodness, Rey. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Angel, you saw that. He grabbed the rope, but the ref was not in a position to see it, so instead of just taking the 3 count and losing on a 10 count like that, he decided to kick out as well. So really good experience shown there from Angel. Again, he could have just held the ropes and lost and had maybe a rematch next week, but he wants to win it tonight. He showed that he has that fighting spirit. He wants to be WWE champion, as a missile dropkick just misses there from Fenix, but he does get back the momentum right afterwards, hitting a chop, and these men are going to go back and forth. And Angel rips off the pants, hit after hitting a big super kick, and this might be the end for Rey Fenix. I talked so much about Rey Fenix being WWE champion, but how about Angel? And he's going to hit his finish right there, locking in the submission. Is Rey Fenix going to tap out? Are we going to have Angel as WWE champion? No, Rey Fenix, resilient, does end up fighting out of it. That was so close. That was the closest anyone's gotten to winning the match so far. Fenix, big kick in the corner. That might be it. He could be setting up something huge here to win the match. Puts him on the top rope. What's he gonna do? Looks like a muscle buster. And he hits it. That's gonna be it. Get the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. Rey Fenix is your new WWE champion after honestly an incredible match. Shout out both men. Shout out Angel. Shout out our new champion of Rey Fenix. But I thought that was an incredible showing from both men. But let me know in the comment section below, what did you think of this episode? Any things you want to add to the wheel, put it in the comment section below. Leave a like on the video and subscribe for more Wheel of WWE.